June opens like a tide at twilight for you, Cancer, gentle at first, but with a deep pull beneath the surface. There is something ancient stirring in your waters, a call that isn't loud but refuses to be ignored. As the month begins to unfold, the first card reveals itself like a whisper rising from your subconscious, the High Priestess. She sits between veils, between worlds, holding knowledge not meant to be shouted but to be understood in silence. This is not a time for outward motion, not yet. The High Priestess invites you to step inward, to descend the staircase into your intuition. Your dreams may hold clues this month. A sudden chill on your skin, a name that keeps repeating. A memory that insists on returning. None of these are random. June begins with secrets, but not ones meant to torment you. They are there to guide you. Look beneath surface interactions, sense what is not being said. Trust the pauses. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it's a finely tuned instrument. Use it. Let it guide your relationships, your choices, your art. And ask yourself, where have I been ignoring my own inner voice? Who am I listening to more than myself? Then, when the current of the unseen has drawn you to the edge of deeper knowing, the next image begins to shimmer, the Five of Wands. Like a sudden clash after stillness, it brings friction, internal, external, or both. Conflicts may arise, but they're not necessarily destructive. Rather, this is the chaotic energy of growth, of competition, of ambition crossing paths. You may feel pulled in multiple directions or surrounded by voices with strong opinions. You might find yourself arguing, not just with others, but with different versions of your own desires. But here's the key, Cancer. Not all battles must be fought, and not all tension needs resolution. Sometimes the noise is a sign that energy is shifting, that people are testing limits, trying to define themselves. Step back. Observe. Engage only when necessary, and even then, do so with clarity. This is not a time to dissolve into others' dramas. Choose your involvement with care, and recognize when conflict is just the surface of a deeper discomfort, either in them, or in you. Now, as the tumult recedes and you return to yourself, the third and final card emerges like a lighthouse at the edge of the sea, the Ace of Cups. This is the chalice overflowing, the heart beginning again. If you've longed for emotional renewal, it arrives here, not necessarily through grand gestures or declarations, but through an inner opening. There is softness now, and a return of trust, not in others first, but in your own capacity to feel, to receive, to be moved. The ace is not a promise, it is a possibility. A seed. What you do with it will determine the depth it can reach. In love, this card often brings newness. You may meet someone who awakens something you thought had gone quiet. Or, if you're in a relationship, a long stagnant dynamic may begin to stir with vulnerability again. Don't force it. Just allow the waters to flow. This is not the time for control, but for invitation. Let your heart speak, not in demands, but in truth. Say what you've hidden. Allow yourself to be seen, just as you are. In career, the Ace of Cups signals a return of meaning. You may feel drawn to work that speaks to your heart, not just your wallet. Perhaps a new project stirs something emotional, a reminder of why you began this path at all. If you've been exhausted or cynical, this month brings a chance to reconnect with purpose. Let it start small. A conversation. A compliment. A realization that your efforts matter to someone. These are not minor things, they are lifelines. So, Cancer, June is not a storm, it's a deep sea. You begin with the quiet power of the High Priestess, drift through the agitation of the Five of Wands, and arrive at the grace of the Ace of Cups. Listen more than you speak. Trust what you sense beneath the noise. And when love, of any kind, reaches for you, do not close the door. What waits on the other side is not chaos or risk, but a chance to feel alive again.